What would have happened if Deadpool joined the boys? Imagine this. Whoa. Hold it right there, narrator. Let me get a word in. After a bunch of you absolute nutjobs commented under the Wolverine video asking for me, Plotnery thought it'd be a good idea to throw me into the boys universe. So when Homelander burns a hole through my ass, that's on you guys. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Alright, I'll let you have the mic, narrator. Got it. Wade Wilson is bouncing across a multiverse on a stolen time cop remote, hunting down Wolverine to save his own dying world. Then, a door opens where it was never supposed to. Instead of taking him home, the temp pad glitches and throws Deadpool somewhere completely different. Wade crashes face first onto a grey New York street. He peels himself off the pavement, spits out a loose tooth and looks around. Okay, either I took the wrong exit or Disney seriously cut the budget. While ordering a chimichanga from the local cart, Deadpool watches the streets. Damn, I do love my chimichangas. They're so ducking good. Deadpool tilts his head. Hold on, I can't seem to swear. It must be because of the mother ducking YouTube guidelines. A blue speedster runs uncontrollably across the street. Deadpool taps his head. I feel like I've seen this on TV. Why does this feel so familiar? He takes a bite of his chimichanga and waits. Crap, this must be season 1, episode 1. This must be the part where A-Train runs through Robin. Not the type of train I used to run on Vanessa. Deadpool glances down the street. Relax. We still got a couple seconds. He takes one last bite out of his delicious chimichanga, ready to get into action. But it was too late. A-Train hits Robin like a bus going 200 miles per hour. She explodes into a red mist, leaving Huey holding nothing but a pair of empty hands. Wade just stands there, mustard on his suit. Well, I may have misjudged that. Geez, having your girlfriend die violently on screen? Been there, done that. Not fun. Huey ignores Deadpool. He was still in shock. Meanwhile, Deadpool walks away in pursuit of his new dream. Stupid Avengers won't have me on their team. I'm sure the bootleg Justice League will have a spot for me. So with absolutely no qualifications whatsoever, Deadpool marches straight towards Vought Tower itself. A massive building full of American flags and corporate smiles. Deadpool whistles. Jesus, Disney wishes they marketed this hard. Inside, a receptionist looks up from her computer. Can I help you? I'd like to join your morally bankrupt superhero death cult. I'm sorry? The 7? I'd like to join the 7. Sir, all 7 spots of the 7 are currently filled. Give it a couple episodes. There'll be an open spot. Deadpool didn't even know what happened in the next few minutes. The next thing he knew, he was standing in front of Homelander. I don't like you. Get out. Why don't you make me, you milk-craving man-child? Wade makes a move with his katana. Homelander slaps him away. When Deadpool falls face first, Homelander fires his laser straight into his butt. Then, he picks up Deadpool and tears him into 2, before dumping him straight out of the 70th floor window. Wade crashes onto the pavement below. For a long moment, nothing moves. Then, a hand twitches. A leg drags itself over, slowly, wetly. Wade Wilson pulls himself back into one piece on the sidewalk. So I take that as a no. Long story short, the audition doesn't go well. Deadpool proves he can't die, takes a full clip to the chest, gets right back up, but unkillable and hireable aren't the same thing. Vought passes. He lies in the gutter. No team, no way home, no plan. Fine, I don't need the 7. They're overrated anyways. I'll just join the boys and take Homelander out. That'll show him. Deadpool pauses for a moment. Actually, that'll mostly help Butcher. But how can I get him Butcher and his crew to trust me? We all know how much Butcher hates soups, like me. Late at night, A-Train and Popclaw are at her apartment, enjoying another dose of Compound V together, when Deadpool lets himself in. Sorry to interrupt. Well, not that sorry. A-Train immediately tries to blur her off the couch, but the entire floor is covered in oil. You know this is how Mr. Marathon dies in season 5. Classic. 2 clean strikes later, neither of them gets back up. What a shame. Now A-Train won't get his redemption arc. Bummer. Wade looks at A-Train's body and something suddenly clicks. Hold on. A-Train's a Compound V junkie. Deadpool smiles, which means he's definitely got a stash lying around. I always wanted to know what Compound V feels like. So he tears through the apartment until he finds several half-used vials of Compound V. Without thinking twice, he jams every single one of them into his arm and waits. Nothing happens. He flexes again. Still nothing. Damn it, I can barely feel anything. Why isn't the V working? Deadpool looks back at the remaining vials. I need to get my hands on the good stuff. Straight from the source. Before leaving, he empties the apartment of every last vial of Compound V, just in case. With his initiation fee ready, Deadpool cuts off A-Train's head as proof and makes his way towards the boys' hideout. He tosses A-Train's head onto the table and grins. Butcher, Frenchie, MM and Huey immediately raise their guns at him. Relax, guys. I'm a fan. Butcher doesn't lower his gun. Who the bloody bollocks are ya? I'm the guy who just did your whole to-do list. You see this? Deadpool says as he dangles A-Train's head like a keychain. A-Train, crossed off. You're welcome. Huey immediately looks away from the disembodied head. You killed A-Train? For you, mostly. Wade points at him. You've got the face of a man who lost somebody to that prick. Takes one to know one. Huey goes quiet. Butcher stares at the maniac who just murdered a member of the Seven and walked into their hideout like he owned the place. So, you're a soup that kills soups? A slow grin spreads across his face. Ain't you a bloody Christmas present? Honestly, I get that a lot, but wait, there's more. Deadpool casually drives one of his katana through his own foot. The boys watch as blood pours onto the floor, but Wade doesn't even flinch. See, I have super regeneration, like your friend Kimiko. Mother's Milk still isn't convinced. Butcher, we don't even know what this thing is. And how the hell does he know so much about us? That's because I've watched your show, The Boys, on Amazon Prime. MM looks at Butcher. Are you sure we can trust him? This guy has clearly lost his marbles. Butcher smiles. Like I give a bloody damn. If there's even a chance to beat Homelander, we'll take it. Meanwhile at Vought Tower, Stan Edgar quietly reads through the latest reports. Translucent has vanished without a trace. There is no body or explanation, and now A-Train has been found butchered inside his own apartment with every trace of Compound V gone. 2 members of the Seven inside a week. Edgar doesn't believe in coincidence. Ashley rushes into the room carrying another report. Sir, we've identified the man who entered A-Train's apartment last night. She places a surveillance photo on the table. It was the regenerating mercenary Homelander threw out of Vought Tower. The one from the interview. Edgar sets down his glasses. He survives a 70-floor drop, and now 2 of my soups disappear at the moment I reject him. And he emptied the apartment of every vial of Compound V. Edgar leans back in his chair. It seems he took the rejection personally. The pattern was clear enough. A man who couldn't die had just murdered one of Vaught's heroes and stolen every trace of Compound V he could find. If he wanted more, Edgar gives new orders. Increase security around every Compound V facility. Ashley replies, Sage Grove is our largest remaining stockpile, sir. Then send Noir and Deep as well. They are a waste of space here anyway. Deadpool and the boys arrive at the Sage Grove Center nearly an entire season ahead of schedule. The very place where Vought keeps its dirtiest secrets and its largest stockpile of Compound V. Man, it hasn't even been a week and we're already on a Season 2 location? Talk about messing with the timeline. While Butcher and the rest of the boys investigate the facility, they quickly realize the hidden secret. Turns out, soups aren't born special. They're manufactured by pumping Compound V straight into babies. Alright, now to get that juice in me. Deadpool immediately snatches a vial of Compound V from the shelf. Once I get this V in me, I'm gonna make Homelander into my little bitch. But just as Deadpool is about to inject himself, the windows explode inward. They've got company. 2 members of the Seven land in the wreckage, Black Noir and the Deep. Butcher immediately raises his crowbar. Well. Deadpool sighs. Looks like they were expecting us. The boys take the Deep. MM cracks him across the jaw while Kimiko does something genuinely unspeakable with a fire extinguisher. The fishman stays down. Meanwhile, Deadpool keeps Black Noir occupied. 4 blades, 2 warriors, 1 guy who can't shut up. You know noir just means black in French, so your name literally translates to black. Noir answers by driving a knife straight through Deadpool's throat before calmly pulling it back out and continuing the fight. Hey, blame Vought for the shitty name, not me. Noir goes for another strike. Wade catches the blade with his own ribs, grins and headbutts him. The 2 tear through the entire lab, blade for blade, neither of them able to put the other down. Then, every door in the building suddenly flares, glowing white. The TVA arrive. A full task force pours into Sage Grove, hunting their runaway variant. The boys immediately duck for cover. Deadpool, who the hell are these guys? Huey shouts. Deadpool groans. Oh, it's a TVA. They're basically the time cops of the multiverse. Multiverse? What the hell did you do to piss them off? It's a long story. I'm guessing they're here to stop me from ducking with the timeline. The moment the TVA bursts into the room, all they see is a man in a black tactical suit sprinting through the smoke. Variant Wilson, freeze. Black Noir stops for half a second. Wrong guy. The TVA immediately opened fire. Deadpool dives under a nearby desk. Are you serious? They think every guy in a skin-tight tactical suit is me? Talk about racial profiling. The entire facility erupts into chaos, which was exactly what the boys needed. While the TVA keeps Black Noir occupied, the Deep slips out through a side exit. Deadpool and the boys grab every vial of Compound V they can carry and bolt for the van. Rain check, sweetie. Wade yells at Black Noir. Don't worry, I've got a special plan for you. Back at the hideout, Frenchie loads a syringe and empties it straight into Wade's neck. Oh yeah, I'm about to get V'd up. Let's hope I don't get some lame power like Love Sausage or Ashley's weird hair thing. Frenchie ignores the mercenary's rambling and finishes injecting the compound V. The effect is instant. Wade shoots straight through the roof before firing twin laser beams at a flock of birds, sending them raining out of the sky. Guys, I've just hit the superpower jackpot. With this power, I can turn Homelander into Homeless Lander. I don't just feel great, I feel... Then it all just stops. Wade falls straight back through the hole he just made and crashes into the floorboards. He slowly gets back up and rubs his head. Hey, what gives, Frenchie? Frenchie studies the monitor and frowns. I don't understand. He looks back at Wade. Do you have any pre-existing medical condition? Oh yeah, I have cancer, like super duper ducked up cancer. Probably should have mentioned that. Frenchie immediately nods. That explains it. Your body's burning through the compound V almost as fast as I inject it. Whatever's happening inside of you, the V can't overcome it. So, how long have I got? Frenchie checks the monitor one last time. About 2 minutes. Deadpool kicks a nearby chair. 2 minutes? That's not a superpower, that's a microwave burrito. He thinks for a moment. Good thing, I've got a backup. And he's been on ice since the original Ghostbusters. Oh yeah? What's that? We call in a fan favorite. They arrive at the Russian base. Once they wake Soldier Boy from the ice, he comes out swinging. He's angry, confused, and not interested in joining any team. Butcher and the boys try explaining the situation, but Soldier Boy isn't interested in listening. So Deadpool does the one thing he's genuinely world class at, apart from killing, making it personal. Deadpool takes a step forward. You know what? Duck you, Soldier Boy. You're the most overrated character on the show. Soldier Boy looks at Deadpool. The duck are you talking about? That's right. Half of season 5 was just fluffing your dick before Vought Rising gets released. You can't just get away with bad writing because you're played by Jensen Ackles. He was way better in Supernatural anyway. Soldier Boy steps forward. You have about 5 seconds to duck off before I throw you out like trash. You already did that. And another thing, why do you get a spin-off? I can name 100 people who deserve one more than you. So once again, duck you, duck your shield, duck your face, duck your... This went on for another 5 minutes. Eventually, Soldier Boy grabs Deadpool by the neck. Going straight for the neck? Choke me harder, daddy. Soldier Boy tightens his grip. Great. You made something else hard. Soldier Boy had officially lost his patience. Since he had Deadpool by the neck, he hurls him straight through the room. Okay, everybody, back up. This one's mine. Deadpool gets back to his feet. Soldier Boy caves in his chest, snaps an arm, and launches him across the room. Deadpool gets back up. That's your best, Grandpa? He gets hit again, and again, and again. But no matter what Soldier Boy throws at him, Deadpool always gets back up. Butcher lowers his gun. Oh, I get it. The lunatic isn't trying to win. Then what's he doing? Butcher watches Wade pull himself together one more time. Proven a point. Soldier Boy finally stops swinging. What the hell are you? Deadpool smiles through broken teeth. Not your enemy. I'm here to offer you Black Noir. While Wade and Soldier Boy are still picking themselves off the floor, Frenchie slips away to search through the Russian lab. There he finds a stack of old research notes. The Russians weren't using ordinary compound V on Soldier Boy. They were forcing impossibly concentrated doses into his body until it finally took. If it works on him, Frenchie mutters, maybe it'll work on Deadpool. So once everyone hauls themselves back to the States, Frenchie gets to work. He cooks up a new batch of compound V, one concentrated enough to overwhelm Wade's freakish metabolism. Wade lights up like a kid on Christmas morning. So this time I keep the powers? For good? Frenchie hesitates. For a while, oui. The dose is so strong, your body will eventually stop burning itself, trying to get rid of it. Excruciating pain? I can live with that. How long? Frenchie studies the formula one last time. An hour, maybe less. He caps a syringe. So, mon ami, whatever you're planning to do to Homelander, do it fast. Wade turns a vial over in the light and grins. A superpower with a countdown. Very climactic. He pockets it. Let's go kill a god. Vought Tower turns into a war zone. The boys crash through the front doors, and the rebuilt 7 is already waiting for them. Homelander, Queen Maeve, Black Noir, and the Deep. Everyone collides at once. Soldier Boy doesn't even slow down. He's waited 50 years for this. He smashes straight through a wall in pursuit of Black Noir. There he goes, Wade says. Just two old friends reuniting. Butcher and Kimiko take the Deep, while Frenchie and Huey try to keep Queen Maeve occupied. Then the doors flash white. Again. The TVA come pouring into Vought Tower. The beige floods the lobby. But they're not here for the 7. They're here for Wade. Oh, come on, you people have the worst timing. Huey shouts over the chaos. Deadpool, go! Go get Homelander! There's no time. Wade pulls out the modified Compound V and slams the needle into his neck. Say no more. Wade sprints for the stairwell and starts taking the steps 3 at a time. 1 flight, 2 flight, 3. He stops wheezing with his hands on his knees. 70 floors. 70? Who designs buildings like this? Deadpool smacks his forehead. Oh right, I can fly. Wade launches straight upward, punching through ceiling after ceiling like it's Dragon Ball Z. He tears through floor after floor, boardrooms, offices, and conference rooms, until he finally bursts into the penthouse and lands in a crouch. Homelander's already waiting. He snarls. You, the party trick I threw out of my tower. Yeah, about that. Guess you underestimated my regeneration. Wade wipes the plaster off his suit. It's over. I've got a whole new team to kick your ass, including your dad. Homelander frowns. My father? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, your season 1 self. I forgot. Deadpool pulls out his own twin katanas. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm about to prove Ryan Reynolds is stronger than Anthony Starr. Homelander slowly rises off the floor, his eyes beginning to glow. You're gonna regret coming back. Buddy, I regret most of my choices. Get in line. Deadpool blasts straight off the floor and slams into Homelander midair. For the first time in his life, Homelander was fighting someone he couldn't overpower. Except Deadpool had one thing nobody in the boys' universe had ever encountered. Adamantium. Every slash draws blood. Every stab chips away at Homelander's confidence. For the first time in his life, Homelander was scared. How are you cutting me? Nothing is supposed to hurt me. Buddy, the MCU has like 12 different metals that'll ruin your day. Adamantium, vibranium, whatever gravitonium is. Disney's got a serious metallurgy problem. The two tear through the top of Vought Tower, shattering concrete and glass. Then, Homelander stops fighting. He hovers over the ruined rooftop, blood dripping from wounds he never thought he could receive. He laughs. Do you know who I am? I'm Homelander. I'm a god. You can't beat me. You can make me bleed. You can make me angry. But in the end, you're just a man. Wade slowly lowers his swords. Keep going. Homelander grins. Exactly what he wanted. People worship me. They fear me. They need me. Without me, this world falls apart. I cannot fall, for I am... Without another word, Deadpool throws his katana. The adamantium blade whistles through the air and buries itself straight through Homelander's throat. He crashes to his knees before collapsing onto the rooftop. Deadpool walks over, pulls his katana free and looks down at the corpse. Rule number 1, never monologue during the middle of a battle. That's why the villains lose. Then, he hacks off Homelander's head clean like a slice of salami. The Compound V burns itself out almost immediately. Wade crashes to the floor, back to being human. Before he can even catch his breath, the TVA surrounds him. They slap on the cuffs and open a doorway home. The timeline has been restored. Their runaway variant was finally back in custody. Wade dusts himself off before stepping through the portal. Behind him, he leaves a world without Homelander. Ahead of him, there's a dying universe, and a Wolverine he still has to find. 5 seasons done in 20 minutes. You're welcome. This is what would have happened if Deadpool joined the boys. But what do you think would have happened if the Terminator joined the boys?